welcome to the Ill Noise Business Playbook. A very special episode. We've got Toni Spena here with Riverwalk Partners and Coldwell Banker. Toni, how are you doing today?
I am doing fabulous. How are you, Joe?
I'm doing better now with that big smile you just put on. You're making me feel good. We are recording this right before the weekend. So, Toni, do you have any nice plans with the family or anything that you're looking forward to this weekend?
I do. One of my favorite family traditions is an epic egg hunt.
Oh, nice.
And of
Nice.
course, in celebrating Easter.
Yes. Well, wonderful. Well, that sounds great. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Neha and I'll be over there shortly.
Okay, come on over.
Well, again, thanks for joining us here. Please tell us about what you do for a living. Tell us about your business, and tell us about what inspired you to start it.
Most certainly, and thank you for asking. Thank you for having me. I am a realtor licensed here in Illinois, and I've been doing this now for going on about 25 years. And
Nice.
what inspired me was helping others, and it just grew from there, putting pieces of a puzzle together, not knowing where somebody wants to move to, but they know what they want their community to feel like, be like, and what amenities they want. So it's putting the connections together, bridging the gap, and finding them the perfect home or selling their home with ease for them.
Yeah, you definitely have that passion. It exudes off you at every event I see you at. You're so proud of what you're doing, and you should be, by the way.
Thank you.
As running a local business, there are challenges that you need to deal with. So what sort of challenges have you dealt with in the last 25 years of being a small business owner, and how have you been able to overcome those challenges?
Wow, that's a loaded question. It's knowing that I have resources to help me should I need help.
Okay.
There's only one of me, but if I need somebody to lean on or need to learn a different tool, different technology is a big part of what I do, but it is not what makes me who I am. It does not define me. I utilize the tools that I need to utilize. And, putting everything together to help my clients is what I do. And what's going to be best for them is best for me.
Beautiful. You're like a puzzle. You're like putting those puzzle pieces together, which I love. Again, I did sort of reference the fact that my wife and I see you out there quite a bit, which is great. You're always kind of getting your name out there. You're always showing pride in the community, supporting other businesses. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't cut ourselves with all the ribbon cuttings we've seen each other at. But when you think about running a business, one of the best ways to run a business is to gain a customer base, or retain your customer base, and to grow your customer base. So what sort of strategies have you put in place to grow that customer base organically?
To grow my customer base would be getting out there, welcoming new businesses to the community, welcoming new homeowners that I might meet. I meet a lot of people even just at the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
One of the larger grocery stores out here, Woodman's, in fact, I'm on the TV screen. There's 7 different TV screens right there.
Yes.
And I think you had mentioned one time you had seen me.
I have seen you
on the screen.
I thought I was so special too. I was like, I know that woman. I was telling people in line. I said, I know that woman. Yes, that's and obvious. And these networking groups that you're associated with, Toni, and just getting out there, that also has to, because what you're doing with that is you're establishing such a good brand name for yourself, and I know it carries a lot of weight. That's got to be helpful to just try to get yourself out there. Isn't that right?
It's about, do things from the heart, and it shows.
Absolutely.
Talk to Toni is not just a realtor. I'm more than that. I'm a community liaison. I like to put people in connection with who they might need. I've had people ask me about childcare, senior care, even streets and sanitation. Who might you know from the village hall that can help me with XYZ? I may not have that answer, but I can be the source of a resource of somebody that does have that answer. So I'm happy to network with different people that live in our community, 2 communities, 3 communities, 4 communities over.
Absolutely.
And so on, as needed.
Yes. You already mentioned the fact that you've been doing this for 25 years. So you've definitely seen some alterations in the industry. As you sit back now and with all the experience you have, and again, with the passion you have for what you're doing, what sort of trends do you see happening in the future in your industry? And how do you plan on sort of dealing with any of those alterations to what you're doing now?
Again, I'm going to have to mention we have so many tools, but You've got to master the basics before you can start utilizing the tools. And everything always comes back to the basics. You cannot learn to spell a word without knowing the alphabet, as an example. You cannot be a good business person if you don't have the basics of customer service down pat
Hmm.
and follow up and follow through.
Okay. Toni, is there any? I know I'm spitfiring here a second thing, but it is sort of interesting. Does AI play a role in what you're currently doing as well? Obviously, AI is something that's really gaining a lot of steam here. Is that something that you're looking at, or something that seems to alter your approach to things?
I do dabble in looking at it. How can I approach to maybe say something a little bit better? How can I clean up a presentation type of thing? But everything that I do is based on things that I have done and I have learned from. So it still comes back to the basics. ChatGPT and AI is the new now trend to it and can run many aspects of our life. But again, it's those basics that come right down to it. AI is not going to help you when you're at a register talking with somebody next to you and they are asking and picking your mind right then and there. Or AI is not going to run when you are at a networking event, a ribbon cutting, or just at a dinner party celebrating somebody's achievements. You're going to have to know how to do it for yourself. You cannot learn to utilize a calculator if you don't know how to do the basic math.
I think I'm going to steal that from you, Toni. I love that. We love feel good moments in this show. So can you tell us? And I'm sure you have a lot. You've been doing this for 25 years, and you're so passionate at what you do, Toni. But can you tell us about a moment of success that you've had, that you just felt so proud about what you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yes, and you are going to hear it first.
All right.
This has not been published on social media yet,
Okay.
and it's at my side. I just received it the other day, a new award.
All right.
This is the Presidential Elite Award. And what that means is that my team, Riverwalk Partners, has qualified for top 3% internationally and top 1% in Chicagoland.
Oh my gosh, that is wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
To me, that is, each year, April 1st is our anniversary. So this April 1st, we started rolling into our third year.
Okay.
And collectively, there are 27 of us as of today's date.
Okay.
And we are also branching out to various states, and that information is set to come. And for example, where that's beneficial is a client of mine is right now renting in another state, selling in Illinois, and she's going to be in Wisconsin, and she knows she wants to buy there. And I said, oh, I have a partner that would be happy and proud to help you.
That's beautiful.
So it's
And
a nice, smooth handoff.
how
And she
far do
doesn't
your
have to go blindly through the process again.
how far do your partners extend, Toni? I mean, is it just
Oh my
localized?
gosh, I know Missouri, Florida, Wisconsin. I want to say that there's 2 other states.
Okay.
I am just in Illinois at this point in time.
Beautiful. I know that we want to talk about something special, and I know that Neha and I have supported this in the past, and I think it's really wonderful. Can you tell everybody about what's coming up in the Talk to Toni
Yeah.
world that's going to involve a lot of your?
Yes, on April 30th, and this will be our second one, and we are keys to success. And what exactly that is, I will be there as the realtor. I have an attorney present. I have an insurance person present. I have a loan officer present, a home inspector present. There's a total of 5 of us are putting on a collective effort to educate our community members, and anybody is welcome to come to it. We are doing our second meeting at Moretti's right over by Randall and Algonquin Road near that corridor. And it's just a chance for somebody to come, have something to eat, have something to drink, and ask us questions. If it's staging a home, preparing a home, if it's how do I get to this point? How do I take care of the loved one's estate that I have? Senior care is very, very dear to my heart and a passion of mine, as well as helping everybody. And we want to be there for people. We want to be the resource to help people. Collectively, we have, I think we calculated over 150 years, if that matters. We were just having some fun with numbers.
Sure.
And again, this is going to be our second meeting at doing it. It was one of those things I've wanted to do for some time. You want to do something, but you just didn't do it. Now I'm just like, it's time to be, kicked out of the bird's nest. Let's just do it. Let's see how many people we can help and continue to help.
And I can just speak out for myself since my wife and I attended the last one. It was really amazing to hear you guys all talk and to see the partnership that exists with all of you guys, to see how you guys aren't just, colleagues in some sort of sense. You can see that you guys really care about each other and you care about the buyers and stuff like that. So highly recommended.
Well,
Not just
thank
for the
you.
wonderful food and the drinks, by the way, but for the information and for the love that you guys extend. So
Thank you.
very,
That means a lot to me.
no, it really does. There's certain things we do in our life where we go, I don't know if I needed to do that. There's other times we go somewhere and we feel like we really got something from it. And to see the education that you guys have, to see how much you guys care about people and trying to do the right thing, I think it really stands out. It really kind of shows you who you are, who the rest of these individuals are, of which I think we pretty much, I've met them all. They're wonderful people, just like you, Toni. Toni, what's the best way for people to reach out to you, to get in contact with you?
Well, my business name is Talk to Toni. It is also an LLC. It is
Yes.
also my domain.
All right.
So you can always talk to Toni. Easy to find me. I'm always a phone call away. I'm in the process of going through a rebranding with image. I kind of
Okay.
have like a little bit of my image in the background there, but
Nice.
it'll always be Talk to Toni because a realtor, I'm more than just a realtor. I'm a resource.
Mm, it's so beautifully said. Toni, I really appreciate you being on here on this very special episode. I really hope that everybody gets a chance to watch this and to see who you are and why you do what you do. So thank you so very much for your time today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And once again, Toni, thank you so much.
And thank you for having me. And come on over for that egg hunt.
You got it. You take care.
Thank you. You too.